All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game taking place here on Concealed Hill. Foggy has spawned as the blue Night Elf player over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Fly has spawned as the red orc over here on the top right. This is Orc versus Night Elf in this 1v1 matchup on Concealed Hill, where we'll see what these players will be trying to open up with. Foggy opening up, well, pretty standard Altar of Elders, Ancient of War, no cheese shenanigans coming out from the get-go. Meanwhile, we're looking at Altar of Storms, Barracks, and a Burrow. The question is going to be, what are the hero choices from both of these players? Foggy has been known to go Keeper of the Groves, Keeper of the Groves, also known to go Demon Hunter in this particular matchup. We'll see if he stays to that particular strategy. Also, perhaps using a bit of archers, taking a play from Moon's playbook, as Foggy is going for that Keeper of the Grove. Coming back on the other side, Blade Master is the choice coming from Fly. Fly opening up with the Blade Master. We do see one Orc Burrow and a Barracks. I don't see the Voodoo Lounge as of yet. And then the second question will be, how much lumber does Fly spend before he gets to tier 2? Obviously, the more lumber he uses before he gets to tier 2, the more tier 2 will be delayed. And I am thinking that, Fly wants to go for double bestiaries. Or maybe a single bestiary and a spirit lodge for shaman. Both possible strategies now. In my opinion, it's probably unfair. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. All right, Ancient of War going to go ahead and absorb a lot of damage here. Keeper of the Grove will be making its rounds out. Chat, you guys have a very good conversation. Now, as I'm getting more and more viewers, more difficult to interact with chat, but hopefully you guys are still enjoying yourself and just watching these casts with me. Right, Jubei, the Blade Master, wandering out across the field, has a Scroll of Town Portal, didn't sell anything as of yet, tech to tier 2, and we may see him head over to this Goblin Merchant shop, sell that Scroll of Town Portal, pick up a Circlet of Nobility and Dust of Appearance to reveal some of those archers. All right, this is a very aggressive harassment play coming in so far, as he's going to go straight after this giant sea turtle and take out his opponent's creeps. However, Foggy was already coming across on the other side of the map and saying, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and try and harass. Here are a couple of Ents. Archers, however, are not even nearby. This is a fair amount of damage trying to delay these Orc Burrows, and delaying Orc Burrows is actually a very big deal. I think that was actually destroyed. I don't think it was actually canceled, as the Keeper of the Grove is currently out onto the field here, going to go ahead and go after this other Orc Burrow as well. Fly could be in a little bit of trouble. Losing Orc Burrows ends up causing a lot of problems. You remember, right now he's sitting at over 20 supply, and every time there is this little bit of engagement or a little bit of this cancellation, he's actually losing a fair amount of gold. Peons are now out back onto the field here. Blade Master, all he has to really show for his gold and effort is a little bit of gold from the creeps, and he's not even at level 2 yet. Keeper of the Grove has had that Gloves of Haste, has a Staff of Teleportation. Looks like he wants to go in, dive in one more time for a little bit more harassment before making its rounds back out. Keeper of the Grove could have tried to get an entangle off on that grunt, but was unsure of where the Blade Master was. All right. Coming back through, Keeper of the Grove now making its rounds back again. He canceled the Tree of Life, I think. All right, so Foggy, it looked like he was perhaps trying to set up an expansion, and that was canceled on the minimap. Blade Master now going after the the creeps down across here. Should be able to get up to level 2 if it clears off more than one creep. Meanwhile, the Keeper of the Grove out across here, leading the army, now going into Huntresses over just massing up a large number of archers. Crab, Limb Ripper, and the remaining Murlocs going to get finished off. Blade Master doesn't have any healing salves. Voodoo Lounge not even being placed down yet. There is a Spirit Lodge, but I don't see the Bestiary as of yet. Perhaps he is low on lumber because of all of the Orc Burrow cancels, as the Ents are now making their way over towards that giant sea turtle. Giant sea turtle going to get taken down here in just a second. There it goes. We're going to pick up some more items as well. Huntresses are going to be here to perhaps cause a lot of harassment, as the sea turtle does only have normal damage, does not have piercing damage, not going to be able to easily take down those huntresses. Down across here, Foggy once again trying to set up a tree of life, unable to do so as the Blade Master able to force a cancellation. So far, though, we only see the Spirit Lodge. I don't see a Bestiary as of yet, and Fly is actually playing very defensively. He knows that he needs to hold this location and really not get harassed anymore, hence leaving those grunts right there. Voodoo Lounge now getting started at the 5-minute 30-second mark about, and that is a significant delay, as that Blade Master has only been able to use the Fountains of Health to heal. Normally, this particular strategy wouldn't even be possible on any of the other maps. There's Dust of Appearance. Archer now trying to break free. Will that Archer be able to run back, as there is a Goblin Alchemist getting into harm's way? Are we perhaps going to see Healing Spray? No, not a Healing Spray. The reverse of that, getting denied by the Alchemist. That's got to be so demoralizing. You're like, an archer is all alone in the forest, wondering, oh my goodness, is there anyone that can help me? And then you see a hero, you see the person that's supposed to lead you into battle, like, yes, you're going to be able to help me escape from here, only to see the killing blow dealt by your friend. Tree of Life being built once more. Shadow Hunter creeping with those Serpent Wards to help deal with those Huntresses, as the Shaman are now joining out here on the fight as well. A little bit of damage to be had. Those Serpent Wards do deal large amounts of damage, and this is a problem. What is Foggy really thinking here? Shadow melding to try and save some of those units there, as the Shadow Hunter could end up getting taken down, and that's what he was thinking. He was thinking, you know what, I can finish off, even though there are triple Serpent Wards, I can finish off my opponent's Shadow Hunter at level 1. All right, there comes an Entangle as well. Grunt is going to get taken down. Dust of Appearance. All three of those Huntresses are like, well, now everything is up. I need to try and run away, as Huntress number 2 gets caught, but the remaining Huntresses were able to escape. Down to 144 hit points, 119 hit points. The Ent's going to be left behind to try to get that last bit of damage, but unable to do so, as that Grunt escapes with 7 hit points. Oh, 3. Oh, no. The Acid Bomb dealing enough damage at the very end to finish off that Grunt. All right, so for anyone, I think there was a question about infinite EXP range. So normally the hero that is close to a unit to dying gains the experience. If there is no hero there, then the experience is shared amongst all of the heroes, depending, all of the heroes that you have. Now, if there's only one hero, then only that one hero gets it. So that's how we were able to see some of those heroes gain to level 3 or hit critical levels earlier in matches, even though they hadn't killed anything later on. There was creeping away from the action. Blade Master getting entangled right here. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability being used. Is going to get a Huntress in the process? That is the question that is trying to do. Blade Master says, you know what? I do not want to stick around. I know that my Potion of Lesser Invulnerability is not going to last that long. Keeper of the Grove trying to finish off that Blade Master, or at least disrupt the healing, as the Alchemist is going to get to level 2 here in just a moment. Ogre Magi taken down, gets to level 2. There is Sentry Wards. Those should be dropped down. Blade Master hiding right off over here, as that Blade Master is healing back up rather nicely. Ancient of War being built. Tree of Life going to make its way over. Tree of Life perhaps going to try and aggro some of all of that damage here, as it takes the damage from the assassins, and while making sure that the assassins don't switch their targets onto those Huntresses. Blade Master nearby, sitting at level 2, gets entangled once more, but the entangle, as we know, doesn't really last that long, as that Blade Master now tries to shut down this Ancient of War here. Acid Bomb onto that Blade Master. Blade Master now using, well, Mirror Image as its ability to perhaps shake off debuffs and then cause a little bit more problems. Blade Master could be in a little bit of trouble, no able to back away again. Back off to the north. Shadow Hunter sitting at level 2, trying to get to level 3. We are entangling up this gold mine, as Foggy is looking to set up his expansion. Is it true that solo hero gains bonus for each higher tier base? I've never heard of that. Solo heroes actually don't share experience, and solo heroes as you're creeping. Yes, that is true. Subcro to finally be able to watch. Wow, I don't remember that. All I gain more on tier 2 than tier 3. Does it? I don't do it all too often. Then again, I play humans, so going solo hero as human isn't very common. Okay. That's why solo warden is a thing. Well, I thought solo warden was a thing also because the warden was so effective at taking down peasants, and you need a hero that can actually harass your opponent in order to get from level 5 to level 6. All right, making our ways around again. Foggy sitting at, well, Foggy down across over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Well, even I learn new things every day. Things getting underway here. There are some damage coming onto that Tree of Life as the, grunts are trying to take it down here. Serpent Wards, level 2 Serpent Wards, 27 to 30 damage. Huntresses are in position. Lightning Shield onto the mirror images, and the mirror images are actually now a threat as the Tree of Life needs to be repaired. Grunts now making their way through a purge onto a Huntress, catches it in place as the Ents are now joining in on the fight here. Grunt's going to try and engage Healing Spray, keeping up that Huntress for a little while longer until the Serpent Wards are able to do their thing. 4 Serpent Wards poking around, able to deal so much damage. Healing Spray trying to counteract, but it looks like Fly is just easily going to be able to handle this. Even a Scroll of Protection to be used, trying to add in a little bit of extra protection and extra life onto all of these units. All right, Shadow Hunter, however, currently low on mana. No additional Serpent Wards are going to be coming around. Grunt perhaps going to get taken down here in just a second. A Scroll of Healing is used. There it goes as the Blade Master trying to finish off this Tree of Life. Tree of Life down to 200 hit points. It is trying to be repaired. Grunts are going to end up finishing it off, and that Tree of Life goes, well, come on, it should be taken down here, down to 28 hit points, down to 23. It finally gets taken down as the units are trying to retreat back. What else is going to be lost here in this battle? That is the question, as the acid, no acid bomb coming across yet. Blade Master trying to get in front. Huntresses trying to close in on that distance. That Grunt, perhaps wishing that he did a little bit more cardio, needs to outrun a Huntress as the Priestess of the Moon gets right there. There is the entangle. Blade Master, well, able to escape. Perfect push by the Orc, able to finish off that expansion right there while setting up his own expansion. A Voodoo Lounge and a Watchtower already in position. So, well, what exactly is Foggy's follow-up play going to be? All right, Keeper of the Grove, and now Mass Archers are in play. The Archers able to finish off that one red Drake without much of a problem. Keeper of the Grove now sitting at level 4. Alchemist sitting at level 3. Needs to regenerate a lot of hit points and is just waiting to just sit right back across over here. All right, Huntresses, are they going to be able to engage? There you go. You can see the Alchemist absorbing quite a bit of damage as the Blade Master going to sneak on by and put pressure onto that Tree of Life again. You zugged your last Zug Orc. Yep. Keeper of the Grove here to try and stop this Blade Master. Blade Master, well, becoming a pincushion as all the Archers and Huntresses are there to put in all of that pressure. Alchemist now making its way over. This Forest Troll Berserker should end up getting taken down as the Archers and the Alchemist are there to support, thereby clearing up this Fountain of Health. All right, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Fly with his own, well, army able to clear up all of this. Coming back over here, Red Drake may actually take down the Shadow Hunter. Shadow Hunter down to 73 hit points. This could be very dangerous for that Red Drake, or for that Shadow Hunter, as the Shadow Hunter backs up in time to try and heal back and stay alive. This Red Drake down to 158 hit points. Looks like it will get taken down. There it goes. There gets level 4. Scourge Bone Chimes dropped as the item. Meanwhile, the Blade Master, well, in a lot of trouble. Is it going to be revealed? Yes, it is. How is it revealed? Acid Bomb, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, shaking off all of that damage as we are looking at that Blade Master being forced to retreat all the way back home. Is it still taking damage? Tail taking damage, down to 22 hit points, down to 16, down to 11, down to 5, and it gets taken down. The Acid Bomb, even with the potion of lesser invulnerability was not enough. It outlasted the acid bomb and still killed the unit. Keeper of the Grove finishes the remainder of the creep gap, and the Blade Master, well, if he decides to scout back over here, will get a Tome of Agility once he gets resurrected. Shadowhunter sitting at level 4. A big, big lucky win there by Foggy. Foggy getting that last bit of damage done.
It isn't unit. You say unit.
A hero... a hero is still a unit. Not all units are heroes, but all heroes are units. Okay? Anyways. Alright, continuing this pressure here. Keeper of the Grove, Healing Spray, trying to save up this one Huntress. Blade Master back onto the field, does have Lightning Shield, Staff of Preservation, Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. Grunt with all of that right there. Scroll of Town Portal going to whisk everyone. One Archer, however, does not make the exit plan. Need to make a hero building now. Alright, coming back across, we are... Yeah, I guess if someone has if there is a hero that's only a building lightning shield on that Huntress, it is shadow melded to prevent that damage from actually coming back across. If there was a heroic building, then yes, my daughter would be right. If the Blade Master was a building instead of a unit. Fly coming back through. We're looking at 57 supply compared to 54. Extremely even overall as the units are still battling it up and engaging. Coming back through here, we're looking at Huntresses and Grunts making their way down. Foggy is sitting up on his second base. No one has claimed this center expansion as of yet, as the Blade Master and the Blade Master getting ready to engage. All right, Fly does have the smaller army, 57 compared to 61. Purge completely taking down. And those Ents, though, Blade Master using Mirror Image and perhaps Lightning Shield should be coming down onto all of those units, as Detonation is now coming back across as well. Units now continuing to try and back up. Grunts in that front line, able to finish off a handful of units as well, as we're looking at the Grunts trying to just absorb damage. There is Vampiric Aura on all of those units, helping keep those units alive, as so far all of that damage is starting to add up. Low hit point Grunt, is it going to be able to escape down to 47 hit points? We'll see if Acid Bomb does its thing. Lightning Shield now diving on in as the Grunt gets taken down. Lightning Shield right there trying to stay alive, but however, too much damage as the arrows just take him down. Serpent Wards are, well, causing a little bit of protection here, as Fly really pushing in with a strong army, but is still down by 9 supply. 53 compared to 59 right now, even with home field advantage. All the moon wells are now dry. No more Lightning Shield to be cast onto any of these units, as the Keeper of the Grove now summons in more Ents. However, those are quickly purged into the ground. Scroll of Speed being used by Fly in order to escape. Blade Master down to, 108 hit points, down to 95 hit points. Are we going to see a repeat? Is the Acid Bomb just going to continue to wreak havoc on units throughout this match, as those concoctions really taking down a number of Orc units? Alright, Shadowhunter sitting at level 4, just shy of level 5. Once we get to level 3, I am interested to see if he goes for level 3 Serpent Wards or level 3 Healing Wave. Both very powerful. Serpent Wards obviously much better against those Huntresses, and the Healing Wave much better for that Blade Master to not get taken down. Both viable options to be had. Tome of Agility still being, not read there. Keeper of the Grove wandering around again. Heading back off to the north, 57 over 70 supply. More mining still underway here. Units now making their way off. Keeper of the Grove, Staff of Teleportation coming back around. Foggy gonna Staff of Teleportation in, and Foggy's Alchemist sitting at level 4, almost at level 5 as well. So almost 2 level 5 heroes. The Blade Master is the one that's a little bit low, as we see Lightning Shield trying to be used to finish off all of those units. Healing Spray coming back around. Are we gonna see some purging? No Brilliance Aura for the Shaman. The Shaman's perhaps gonna try and shut down some of these forces of nature, as the Blade Masters are diving their way in. Healing Spray still being used. Grunts are all in that frontline position. Serpent Wards, Shadowhunter is now sitting at level 5, but it is going to be, level 3 Healing Wave instead, as the Grunts are continuing to engage. Blade Master trying to take down a couple of archers, having a difficult time doing so, as the archer, is going to be in a lot of trouble using a potion of lesser invulnerability. Has 7 more seconds of life, as the Healing Wave is going to keep him alive and well, but, things may not work out well either, as the Blade Master is once again vulnerable. Will he be able to break free? trying to break free. Where there he goes, tries to break back out. More damage getting added in as a Huntress should get taken down right there. Down it goes. 50 supply compared to 59. Foggy with the larger army, continuing this pressure and push. Low hit point Grunt. Is he going to get saved? It looks like he's saved temporarily, only to get taken down by that Keeper of the Grove in the end. More damage coming back through. More damage getting added in as the Keeper of the Grove, seeing that level 5, has a potion of lesser invulnerability as units are trying to, well, break their way free again. Archers trying to head back as, well, Fly able to pick up a number of Foggy's units now as the Purge goes on to the Keeper of the Grove, and all of a sudden, what would have been a very strong escape now looks like Fly is just absolutely going to shut down his opponent. Staff of Preservation staves. Potion of lesser invulnerability may need to be used. Are we going to see a Purge onto that Keeper of the Grove as well as the healing wave bounces around to save some of those units? Keeper of the Grove was there to save that Alchemist, but who is going to save that Keeper of the Grove? Keeper of the Grove, well, Staff of Teleportation coming back through. The Alchemist is here. Clarity Potion, Potion of Mana being used as the Alchemist needs a bit more mana to perhaps heal back some of those units as well. Foggy really overstayed his welcome. He had the advantage, but, well, it looked like Fly just outplayed him in that last fight there. Keeper of the Grove seeing that level 5. Same thing with the Alchemist. With that said, if the Alchemist gets to level 6, well, all bets are off as Transmute becomes the great equalizer, as Foggy could buy, well, potions of mana for days to try and slowly win the war that way. Coming back through, Alchemist is saying over here, by this Fountain of Health. Not a great place for him to be if he gets caught separated from the rest of the army. Meanwhile, we are looking at a Pit Lord third coming from Fly. A third Pit Lord hero, as that Pit Lord hero, perhaps with Cleave and Lightning Shield, can dive behind and stand next to those archers and just deal so much damage. No one taking that important center expansion as of yet. Beautiful. All right, let's see where all of this is going to be going. As the Shadow Hunter and Blade Master making its way over. All right, Tree of Life absorbing a lot more damage. Pit Lord is right there. Are we going to see? No, it is going to be Howl of Terror as the ability to try and greatly reduce the amount of damage. However, Mass Detonation coming across, all of a sudden, all of that mana that is so precious on that Pit Lord and some of those Shamans completely lost there, as more Ents now joining back in to fight again. Shadow Hunter is there. Shadow Hunter trying to get up to level 6, and, well, what would it really do? Level 3 Serpent Ward's very powerful, as Big Bad Voodoo would just instantaneously be shut down by the Keeper of the Grove's Entangle. All right, Shadow Hunter in the very far back here. Pit Lord is in position. Shaman all fighting back across here as well. What is ending up happening? Serpent Ward's able to get in a little bit of poking damage. Pit Lord wants to turn back the other way and get some damage onto some of these units. Perhaps get up to level 2 for Cleave. All right, Pit Lord, well, leading the charge, but really not attacking anything as of yet. More damage coming back across. Acid Bomb onto all of those units. Healing Spray trying to keep those units alive. Massive number of mirror images joining in on the fight as the Alchemist taking a lot of damage, being forced to get a Staff of Preservation out of there. Only level 1 critical strike, level 1 Windwalk, level 3 mirror image. Interesting play by Fly to go for level 3 mirror images. Those mirror images are causing a little bit of problems, but I don't actually see Lightning Shield being cast on all of them and making them a little bit more effective and a little bit more deadly. All right, in comes the Alchemist once more. Acid Bomb going on down onto some more units, trying to heal up again as the Pit Lord is just diving on in and perhaps trying to finish off some of those units here. We should be looking at Cleave coming in from that Pit Lord in just a moment, once, well, Fly realizes it, as we're looking at those units just trying to attack their way through. Blade Master off to the north here, trying to finish off more units. 46 supply compared to 69. Fly is in a commanding lead as he is just diving all over the place here. Pit Lord down to 165 hit points. Healing Wave is going to save him, and it looks like it is going to be a tactical retreat. Perhaps to re-engage at the expansion, since this is a location that Foggy needs to try and protect. Nope, it is not going to be that case. We are looking at level 1 Hex over level 3 Serpent Wards. A Shadow Hunter going to be picking up perhaps some Clarity Potions, and then using that Clarity Potion while that Pendant of Energy is on the ground, and then, well, using that Potion of Mana as well before picking that up. We are looking at a bunch of healing standing all across over here. The Shamans do have Mastery training, so we could actually have Bloodlust, but I think the Shaman Mastery training was more for mana regeneration. and maximum mana. Foggy, the first one to take this center expansion here, moving his Tree of Ages from his natural base, his main base, to, well, the center portion of the map. The downside of this is that if Foggy uses a Staff of Preservation, they will not be instantly healed any longer. Scroll of Protection, Alchemist all now joining in on the fight. Both sides here, Healing Spray trying to save all of those units. There is Cleave now being used, as well as the Cleave is adding in a little bit more damage across the units again. Lightning Shield not really being used as much as Purges to just try and catch units out of position. Wisp gonna get a detonation there. All right, couple of Shaman in the back. Actually, a lot of Shaman in the back. What, 7 Shaman here to engage. We might see another detonation as well. Shaman mana is incredibly important. They need to stay away from those Wisps if possible. In comes Fly's army to try and deal with this Tree of Ages. 50 over 70 supply, a little bit of gold being mined, but that is not going to really be enough here. 69 over 70 supply compared to 55 supply. This is going to be a major problem as archers and huntresses are showing up as well. All right, holding onto this expansion nearly going to be impossible, but at the same time, units are actually exposed in a multiple positions. Blademaster now trying to go after some of those units. Blademaster trying to dive on in, could get to level 6 here, and if Fly gets to level 6 on his 2 primary heroes, that is going to be a big problem as Bladestorm can really shut down a row of archers in the back line. All right, more damage getting added in. It looks like the Tree of Ages is not going to end up being able to hold on. Even the gold mine isn't fully saturated either, as the grunts, well, chasing after these huntresses and those archers making their way back. Staff of, I believe that was a Staff of Preservation, bringing back Staff of Teleportation to get the Alchemist back over here. Now going to rejoin in on the fight. Keeper of the Grove and Foggy somehow able to keep all of these units alive here. Are we going to see a Grunt get taken down? Grunt down to 4 hit points, ends up staying alive. Are we going to see a Entangle right there trying to finish off or get at least some sort of trailing units to end up falling? All right, after all of that, 2 extremely low hit point Grunts were able to retreat back out. I believe both of them would have died to a single arrow shot from an archer. So far, though, entangling of this gold mine, Foggy is starting to make a play to get back into this game. He is getting 20 gold a second compared to his opponent's 7 gold a second. That is a big, big difference. And Fly knows this. Fly needs to pull the trigger somehow and engage against his opponent. Meanwhile, Foggy finally going into low upkeep, saying, it doesn't matter if I have the economic advantage, if I'm going to lose the next fight. I need to be able to have a larger supply as well, finally going into low upkeep himself. 57 supply compared to 68. Army size is 57 compared to 43. Alchemist is still in that frontline spot. Blademaster looking to get in a Bladestorm, and I think that's what it's doing. Dives on in, gets in a Bladestorm. Massive retreat, trying to get underway. Hex onto the Alchemist to stop that healing spray, and that was absolutely perfect as 2 archers ends up getting taken down. Shaman now going into Bloodlust. However, Bloodlusting the Shaman themselves not going to really help out all that much. Perhaps needed to Bloodlust the Blademaster instead. 46 supply compared to 65. Foggy got enough just to try and fight back, but it looks like it may not be able to carry him through. Pitlord sitting at level 3, still pushing back the other way. Keeper of the Grove and the Alchemist both sitting at level 5 still, as there are healing wards being used as well. We are looking at the Troll Witch Doctors at Mastery training. Healing wards being placed down, making it even more difficult to take down this Orc army. All right, Tree of Ages is about to fall. Repairs are underway, but I do not believe it's going to be able to hold on very, very long, especially as there are healing wards in position to try and heal up these grunts as well, and that is going to be the game. Foggy losing the Fly, unable to hold on to his economic advantage and make it last long enough. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.